Welcome to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in Ilkley. One of the things we've been looking at is looking at things that we can do from the turtle position, because sometimes it can be when we're just having a roll sometimes that I might be in the side control with Daniel, so maybe side mounted, and whether he's gone this way or that way, he's managed to get to his knees. Now obviously street fight situation, not an issue, I can open him up throwing strikes and knees and things from there. The issue is sometimes, again, when we're rolling a little bit more sportively, trying to get things from the turtles sometimes can be a little bit challenging, especially when we're not allowed to strike the person. Now, there are different things that we will look at in future where we can actually open them up, roll them back to the back again, turtle attacks. But one very nice thing that we can actually do from the turtle is a really nice guillotine. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So again, I'm in this position. Again, I might be moving around. I might be going for other kind of attacks from here. But again, one thing set up from there is this guillotine. And again, it looks like this. Really nice finish with that arm and guillotine. So let's break that down to a little bit more detail. So I've been here, and again, we're just looking at controlling this turtle position. Again, he might have his elbows in a little bit as well. But again, I'm trying to get my knees in, trying to create attacks. Now, a lot of the times, especially when it's no gi, they'll expect a guillotine potentially to try and come in from the front. So trying to set up front guillotines and come in from here, or, all that kind of stuff. Or even if it's a gi or something like that, they'll expect you to try and come in from the side and go for collar chokes from the side from here. But this is really nice because it's, it's very surprising for the person. And again, it's not really expected to go for an arm and guillotine from this turtle position. So I'm here, I've got good chest to chest contact, I've got good control. What I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to switch my position to this direction. As I do that, I'm going to drop this knee right inside the pocket here. At the same time, I'm going to switch my arms. So I go from here, I'm going to take the weight off of this knee, and I'm going to drop this one inside the pocket. Look, I'm using my chest as a bit of a pivot point on Daniel's back. So I'm going to go from here to here and switch. Let's just show you that from a slightly different angle. Switch angle around this way, please, Daniel. So again, from here, the pocket, we're on about there. So I'm here. Chest is that pivot point, so I've got my connection. I always want to point the connection. If I don't have this point of connection, I just go off here and try and do things. I've lost that. Daniel's going to roll or try and do other things from there, maybe try and recompose his guard, etc. So I want to keep pressuring him all the time. So I'm here, chest to chest. I'm keeping that pressure. As I keep that pressure, look, I'm switching my legs and I'm throwing my arms in. Look, this knee's gone right inside this pocket. So there's a bit of a space here. Even if he had his elbows in a little bit more sometimes, I want just enough space to get my elbow or my knee in. So again, chest pressure, look, switch. This one goes around his neck. This one comes underneath. I'm going to throw this knee into the pocket, and as I do that, we throw this one over the back and then finish the guillotine. So just one more time from this angle. Let's go and maybe step this way a little bit. Let's go over some of the finer details with the finish. So we're here, boom, 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 moving around, whatever we're going to do. Elbows in or not. Look, I'm going to switch to here, look. Pivot point, switch, over the neck. Once we're here, throwing this knee across. Now, if Daniel just postures up a little bit, this shin has gone right across his waist. Okay, so that's going to keep him at bay. And I can start to kick away from there. So look, switch, grip, knees through. This foot hooking on his hip. One thing that Daniel will try and do, though, is try and roll to this opposite side. He always defends the opposite side of the choke. So what I want to do, as we sit, this leg goes over the back. From here, look, I'm going to kick, crunch, so kick, crunch, curl for the finish. So I'm going to extend away with this leg. This one's on the back. I'm going to crunch, so my arm's going to go in, and I'm going to pull this nice and high, and I'm also going to curl my body in. A common mistake with the arm in guillotine is just going straight back. I've got a full block of shoulder I'm going to from here. So what I need to do is I'm curling my whole body, almost like I'm trying to force his head underneath as I pull it with the arms. So I'm going to get that full head and arm choke and crank as we start to go from there. Okay? One last time. So again, I could be here. Let's go for maybe the side control. So it's kind of show through there. He gets to here. He's up. Again, I'm moving around. Moving. Switch. Throw. Once we're in, crunch, kick, curl. And finish the guillotine from there. Cool. So really nice guillotine. If anyone's down in the Ilkley area, feel free to come down. Join us for a free trial. And we'll be here to welcome you onto these green mats.